We don't even know.
Yeah.
Context.
Alright, guys. New episode. Special guest today. Cheers. Special guest today. Our boy, Bryan Montana, a.k.a. Days.
One and only.
We're starting this episode right here. It's gonna be a Starfleet reunion, dude. The original three members right here. The original three members, dude. So
oh no, I think the original three members was me, him, and his brother.
No. The original three members were me, him, and his brother. Okay, you didn't even start rapping.
I think the
later.
3 stars that got tatted on me were technically me, him, and his brother.
So we're gonna go ahead and just start, dude. So, real quick before we get into any of the music stuff, a lot of people probably remember you as Bryan, or probably remember you as Pablo.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. They probably remember, and for the longest time, I thought your name was Pablo too. It wasn't until I went over to your house and your mom called you Bryan, and I was like, "Who the hell is Bryan?"
For real.
I'm not
For
gonna
real.
lie.
I was over there. I kept hearing his mom saying, "Bryan, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Who the fuck is Bryan?" Until I realized, I was like, "That's his real fucking name."
Who came up with the Bryan thing? I mean, the Pablo thing.
You know, it was in BCI, Bear Creek Intermediate, and it was just like a group of people. Like, most people on the podcast might know, may or may not know, but, you know, if it's random people, you know, it was like Sam, Johnny Melito, like this dude named Drake Reeves, Alex Copeland,
It was just like, because you were friends with everyone.
Yeah.
As soon as you got there, you know, and then like everyone, they kind of just, everyone makes a nickname for everyone. They called him Pablo because he looked like a fucking Pablo. And for the longest time, I thought that was his fucking name.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I thought his name was Pablo.
You know, for the longest time, I thought that was my name too. Shit. Like, I started to believe it myself.
Yeah, my mom, I think to this day, my mom still calls you Pablo.
Little Pablito.
So, yeah, I know when we first met, we got into this music shit heavy. That's something you and me have always bonded over, was music. And I think it was me and your brother, actually, that were... I think he had downloaded some software, and he was, like, messing around with beats. And I was like, you know, like, let me rap. And then it ended up, like, instead of me and your brother, it turned into a me and you thing. You know what I'm saying? You and me were into this rap shit heavy. I've... You know, for a lot of people that don't know, I recorded, like, 4 mixtapes worth of material. So
before
anybody heard anything, exactly. Some of the stuff they'll probably never hear.
Little Missy with the blues.
Yeah, dude.
How do you remember that?
MySpace. Those are MySpace days.
MySpace
exactly.
days.
So yeah, for sure. I like 4 mixtapes worth of music.
What is that? 2011?
2010, bro. Maybe even 2009. Like, it's just. We had a long run, like 4 or 5 mixtapes worth of music. We even had a compilation mixtape. The Green Thumbs. We did a lot of shit, man. Why did we stop making music, to be honest? I know why I stopped making music. I stopped making music because I couldn't come up with any new shit. I just kept getting writer's block.
Man, I don't even want to talk about why I was not able to make the music anymore. You know, I had to get rid of my equipment and stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. I just did not have the ability to do it anymore at a certain point, you know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
it's my downfall.
Jose over here, fucking...
I couldn't rap after I stopped doing drugs.
I was going to say, Jose over here had the most potential, and he fucking stopped, yeah.
I couldn't rap, bro. My mind went blank after.
But we have done everything that... I mean, we performed at house parties... We made music videos. We did it all, man. Before all these other SoundCloud rappers, we were the original ones. I'm serious. To this day, I tell Jose, whenever I started rapping, I would rap with auto-tune, and I would try to, like, stretch my voice like Wayne, and you guys would be like, bro, why are you trying to sound like Wayne? And now everybody rapper out today sounds like Lil Wayne, dude. That could have been me, alright? I blame both of y'all for that.
Oh,
no, I'm just
have the biggest image too because you're albino.
Exactly, no, I'm just playing. But yeah, so you know, obviously this is a Starfleet reunion, man. Any before we get on to any of the other topics we have, do you guys have any fond memories of us recording that you want to share?
Too many.
Yeah, like that. You can't even put a finger on it. Just like the amount of good times that we had together. Just like.
Made a whole ass studio in your closet.
And shout out to everyone else that rapped with us. Zach, Taylor Green.
You can't forget Benji.
Yeah, exactly. Dylan, everyone that came through and rapped with us. I wish we could have gotten all of you guys on here for an episode. And I think it's time for the Fleet to come out of retirement, man. No, I'm serious. It's time for the Fleet to come out. Me and Bryan talk about it often every time we hang out. I think we need to come out of retirement, man. Make some more music, man.
It could have been something cool. It could have been something crazy, but I don't know. Life just happens, and shit gets in the way. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bryan, what about you, man? You got any fond memories before we move on to the rest of the music stuff we have to plan today?
Man, I just had fun getting to be with my homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, having, like, a family unit, that's what it was. We was just coming together as homies and, like, creating something, like, having an outlet, too.
I remember I would wake up and go straight to your house and start recording, and then we wouldn't stop until, like, it was time for me to go home.
Or, like, my dad came home with the Rock Band microphone.
Exactly, bro. We would record on, like, some really... iffy equipment, and it through the years and through the months that we'd keep recording, it would just get better and better. Bryan, you perfected the producing stuff when it came to
You're good as fuck, too.
Exactly, dude. So eventually, like I said, whether y'all want to do it or not, I think we come out of retirement, man. We could definitely do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we sat down,
to be continued.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, Bryan, you're our guest today. Like I said, I wanted to get all the homies at least on one episode, so we could get a difference of opinion in everybody.
That'd be crazy. We had everyone in the same room.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, no one would ever be able. We'd all be talking over each other. Yeah. No one would ever fucking understand.
Yeah, we're all too fucking loud and stupid.
The more we drink, we just be getting loud. One of the first songs we have is Lil Nas X, the guy that sings Old Town Road.
Old Town Road.
Yeah, so he was taken off.
I'm gonna take
he was
my
he
horse
almost
to Old Town Road.
Jose, you know about it more than me. He was about to
copyright.
Yeah, he was about to be number 1 on the country charts, and then they took
he went to like number 9 or number 19, number 9 I think.
And then they took his ass off.
And they took him off saying that it didn't fit the category of country, like it wasn't country enough.
Yeah.
And then it had white people and like ethnic people pissed off. Yeah. Because they didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, why it would be taken off. Because, it does, if you listen to it, it is a country-ass song. And a lot of people think it's like a parody song, but like, no, it was a real
legit
song
country
that
song,
he wrote and he feels real passionate about.
Yeah. And so what did he do? He said, "Fuck y'all." He got Billy Ray Cyrus on that shit.
On the remix and killed it.
And I think it hit number 1, right?
And now it is number 1 right now.
It's number 1.
It's crazy. It's like every time I log on to the internet, it's the only thing that I see right now.
Yeah, it's everywhere right now. That's for sure.
Do you think it was right for them to kick him off the country list?
Yeah, I think it made him bigger than he was supposed to be.
You think that helped him more than
because
hurt him?
of the controversy?
Yeah.
But I don't think it was right for them to take him off. But it definitely multiplied just everything about him.
Yeah.
Like, he would not be as big as he was. Like, people wouldn't care as much if he wasn't. Because it was already, like, a big, like, meme song,
Yeah.
Like, TikTok and Triller or whatever, like, they would make, videos about it. But because of him getting kicked off,
it made it a bigger deal. It made it more. It brought more eyes to the song.
Yeah.
By that happening, yeah.
I actually saw Billy Ray Cyrus. He made a Twitter post, or a tweet, should I say, about how he believes that everything about it is country western song. And I'm not like a big country enthusiast, but
none of us are.
He's a country singer, and he is vouching that it is a country western song.
I think the song's hard as fuck. It's catchy as shit. Like, I was kind of jamming to it before all this, and then I was jamming it even more after.
I will tell Jose, I can see the song getting old hella fast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like I can see him dying off pretty
quickly. It's
getting
it played out really fast.
I was telling Memo, like, I follow Lil Nas or whatever on Twitter, and, like, it's all funny and everything, but, like, it's so much,
It's gonna get played out hella fast. It will.
But luckily, he has he's working on his album right now.
If he can bounce back with more songs, yeah.
The snippets that I've heard, I could show you a couple of the snippets that I've heard, like, are not bad.
Do they sound like that? Are they, like, country-ish, or are they more rap?
More of them sound more rap, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's just definitely, not what I was expecting, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they have like the 808 sound, you know, like a hip hop drum kit in the background, you know.
He said it was country trap. There's nothing in between. It's both.
You think
this is another one. This is definitely the Mockingbird, like.
You think this is gonna be his own genre, like country rap?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really hear the country in that one, though, to be honest with you.
No, I'm just saying, like, he has more material. It's not like,
Than just
you know, he, like, people think he's going to be a one-hit wonder, but he is working on an album right now.
Yeah.
So it's not like he only came out with one song. Like, from what I've seen and heard in interviews or whatever, like, I guess he is pretty passionate about music.
Yeah.
It's just that one song, he literally mastered how to blow up. He, like, studied how to become viral.
We'll find out in the next weeks or so if he's gonna be a hip hop or a one hit wonder, or if he's gonna
yeah, because either in a few months or whatever weeks, we're either gonna be talking about how he was a one hit wonder or how he actually blew up because of this and actually did something out of it.
Yeah, exactly. How hard do you think it is for an artist to come out of being a one hit wonder?
You know, it's all about what you get, what you put in. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're not out there trying to make your career and build like a fan base, like, you know, people that are one hit wonders, in my opinion at least, you know, they're like, it's like what I'm saying. They're only getting back what they put in. You know, they just wanted to make a hit song, so they go out there and they make a hit song.
If they're only like successing off one song,
yeah, you know,
and not trying to push forward, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They kind of deserve it. Like Soulja Boy, you know, you could say, oh, one hit wonder off of what was it called? Crank That Soulja Boy, whatever.
Yeah.
But
he tried to come up with.
No, he did. He was huge. You know, Turn My Swag On, Pretty Boy Swag, all that fucking shit. Like
that's what I'm saying. He tried to keep
hits, and people kept saying, no, he's gonna be a one hit wonder. You know, so like.
But then there's for every someone like Soulja Boy, there's someone like Huey. Who probably 90% of the people listening to this podcast do not know who Huey is. But he's the guy that did...
podcast?
No, I said 90% of the people listening to this podcast do not know who Huey is. But he's the guy that did Pop, Lock, and Drop It. Never heard of anything after
It's like Fetty Wap.
No. Exactly. He's another Fetty Wap.
He came in the rap game, says 1738, and then dropped off the face of the earth,
so no one will... Yeah, exactly. So just as fast as you could blow up, that's as fast as you can come right back.
You know, but it's crazy is like they hand you millions and they hand you record deals off one song.
Yeah.
Because, like Lil Nas himself, he got, I think it was like a $3 million deal off that one song.
But now at that point, after that, it's time for you to deliver.
It's just like almost like that girl, the Catch Me Outside.
Bad
she
Baby
wasn't
or
even
whatever.
a rapper, but they invested in her so much that now she is on.
She has to rap now.
Now she is on top charts and shit because she started making music, and as soon as she started making music, every record label wanted her. You know, because she is like a viral fucking star.
Yeah, she's a sensation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, anything y'all want to add on before we move on to the next topic about Lil Nas?
I hope the best for the guy. You know, he's cool. Like, I've seen his little interviews and stuff, and like, you know, the behind the song and everything, and it is a cool little story that he has, and you know, I hope it's not the only song, his only big song, because I know he's passionate about it, and you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So
the next topic that we had was Kodak.
Oh my god.
So me and Memo talked about Kodak.
We can't go one episode without talking about this motherfucker, bro. Fuck Kodak.
See, I fuck with Kodak, and I've always fucked with his music heavy, but he can't seem to stay out of people's mouths. Like, he just talks so much shit.
He talks out of his ass, bro. He can fuck if he's not.
If he can't stay out of trouble, he can't stay out of people's mouths. Like, without the police, he's been out of the police's ear for a while, or out of their sight for a while. But now every rapper is on his.
Do you know about this, Bryan?
What about?
So the first time we brought him up was him talking about Lil Wayne.
Mhm.
And he said Lil Wayne should have died as a baby,
Exactly.
blah, 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 all that
God,
shit.
damn.
And now, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, he said...
He's talking about
About
Lauren
his
London.
baby-
He's talking about his
his
baby
girl.
mama. Yeah, her. Yeah.
Man, I heard about all that stuff.
He's saying that he gives it a year before he starts like making moves on Lauren London.
Yeah, it's terrible.
As a whore.
She gonna be a whole widow while I'd be the best man I could be, fuck. I'd give her a whole year. She might need a whole year to be crying and shit. But I ain't trying to shoot at her. I'm saying this, look. No, she could do 2-3 years, but I try to be like, if you need a friend to holler or soda lean or you can call my line.
Nah, bro.
So he's saying, like... I think he's literally just drunk off his ass. And he gets online, he just says shit, and he doesn't care.
But how long is that gonna be okay for be like, oh, Kodak's just being Kodak? That's like
no, well, people aren't saying
Like
that.
Kanye went.
the thing is, a lot of
aren't
people
saying he's just being
this week,
Kodak. They're not giving him the chance.
a lot of people this week, you don't know how many times on Twitter or Instagram or whatever I've seen people say cancel Kodak Black. And I told Jose this last night before anything. That is a topic on its own. Everyone wants to cancel Kodak Black because if it's not one thing, it's another thing. I know he's beefing with T.I.
Kodak Black, you out of pocket, nigga.
Speaking of,
Fix that shit. Quickly. Expeditiously. Nigga. You out of pocket, nigga. Ain't nobody else gonna say it, nigga. I done say it to you, nigga. And if I see you, I'ma say it in your face, nigga. You out of pocket, nigga. Get your motherfucking self together.
T.I., of course,
Calling him a bitch.
beefing with the game. There's the game right here.
And any other nigga disrespecting my nigga Nip name, his legacy, his family, nigga. Keep my nigga name out your fucking mouth, nigga. Keep his girl's name out your fucking mouth, nigga. The fuck wrong with you new niggas? No respect having ass niggas, man. This new generation, y'all fucked up in the head, nigga. Stop disrespecting my nigga's name, man. This shit for real. My nigga died out here in these fucking streets, nigga. For doing the right motherfucking thing. Doing good for fucking people. And the first thing niggas want to do after his untimely demise is disrespect his fucking name? Nah, nigga, I ain't going for that.
Everybody, and I showed Jose an article, if Jose will pull it up. Even Wayne, because Lauren London is Wayne's baby mama too. And even Wayne was threatening Kodak's life. He's like, I'll end that dude's career. I'll end his fucking life. Like, don't say nothing about my baby mama.
yeah.
So Kodak is rubbing everybody the wrong way right now, like with his comments.
Oh, yeah.
So
At the same time, like, it sucks to say, but, like, that's just... Kodak doesn't give a fuck. You know, and I think he strives off the fact that every time he says something, it gives him more attention.
but how long is that going to keep him?
It's negative
Eventually,
attention.
it's going to catch up to him, man. One of these days, a rapper or maybe a street dude is going to catch up to him, and anything he ever said is going to bite him in the ass.
He's just ignorant, and, I mean, he is a street dude, too, you know, like... That's why when you were like, cancel Kodak, like, I like Kodak Black's music.
Do you think people should cancel Kodak Black?
I know you don't listen and are in tune with this, but after what you heard, do you think...
Do you think Kodak should be canceled?
You see, like, I don't, like, fuck with him hard, but, like, I've heard some music from Kodak, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, his first shit, you know, Project Baby and all that, before that, you know, like that. So, like, I liked him, but he's definitely disrespecting, like, some real shit.
Definitely
like, he's
disrespecting.
taking, like, a big step past a bold-ass line that he probably should not be taking a step over, you know? Like, this man just died. You know, he's, like... Might not be like well known and respected.
It's also like he didn't wait like a month or two to
like a
go
couple
out and
days
say
after-
a
yeah,
joke.
exactly. It was
He waited a couple days after for him to say some shit like that. You know, like
you know, Nipsey, he's like respected by a lot of people in the game. You know, people might not know him like mainstreamly, like in the mainstream eyes, but like people fuck with him.
but people know him.
Yeah. Like
That's what
people
me and Jose
really
were saying on the
respect Nipsey,
episode a
so,
few episodes ago when we talked about Nipsey's death. We're like, we had no idea how many people in the music industry, not just in rap, but in the industry.
Like I didn't
fucked with
realize
Kodak. Like, exactly.
how many fucking people there actually was.
that cared about Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying?
And
I was telling
still,
Jose,
like, it's been a week now, and I know his memorial service and everything is going on. So, like, you know, like, obviously they're still talking about him, but I still, every day, I see a new picture of rappers posting pictures with him and talking about how...
So he made a big impact on people's lives. Like, it's
like
not...
Boosie today, I mean, that was random. I didn't even think about it. And, like, Boosie today posted a few pictures with him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, rest in peace, Nip. Like...
So he definitely did make an impact. Whether, and I was telling Jose, the crazy part is that he hasn't even hit his peak. I feel like he was barely about to hit his peak.
Nipsey?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been around for a while, though.
And you know, I saw that Victory Lap sold 64,000 the first week.
After he died, though.
No, 64,000 his first week.
First week.
The first time it was released?
No. 64,000 the week that he died.
Okay.
53,000 the week it dropped. So the week that he died, after it had already been out, he sold more that week.
After he had died than when he
When was it released, though?
last year. It was like last
It
summer.
was released last year. It sold 53,000 the first week in 2018, and then this year in April, the beginning or end of March, April, it sold 64,000 that week when he had died.
Yeah, so it's just another...
Did you see Kodak apologizing?
If I disrespected you going under in any shape or form, I'm sorry. Even though I didn't. And rest in peace to dude. Y'all already know what I said. I said dude encouraged me to do shit for the community. But anyhow, my bad to them two. But for all you other people like trying to fake act like y'all little boy me on the internet or checking me on the internet, that's how you feel, bro. That's how y'all want to feel. And I got a whole tour. Like, I'm in Georgia right now. Tomorrow I'll be in Norfolk, Virginia. Like, wherever y'all see me at, if that's how y'all feel, that's how y'all feel. Don't try to little boy me on the internet like, oh, motherfucker. Nigga, you could hit my line.
So he gave kind of like a half-ass apology on.
That wasn't a half-ass apology. That wasn't even an apology.
He said, "I'm sorry for what I didn't do." He says, sorry if you feel disrespected, blah, 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 but still, you could find me in the streets. You could hit me up in person if you really feel
I think Kodak Black should be canceled. To be completely honest. I think what he's saying is out of pocket.
What do you mean by cancel? Like blackballed? Like nobody let him make no music no more?
I mean, he's
like when
always...
someone's canceled, you're just like, all right, well, this guy shouldn't be relevant. You like,
exactly.
Stop bringing his name up. Like, you know, stop listening and supporting him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's what T.I. and all them are saying.
I think, but the thing is, it's going to be the same thing with Gucci. It's going to be, everyone's going to, you know, like, diss Kodak or kind of shove him out of the way for like a month, and then people are gonna forget about it. That's the sad.
Like
that's the sad truth.
Chris
Exactly.
Brown, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Chris Brown, whenever he did what he did, he was like, people were like, "Oh fuck Chris Brown," and that lasted.
I feel like this is kind of stronger though because it has something to do with like a legend's life.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. The Chris Brown thing though, he did some
No,
crazy
because
shit.
to this day, Chris Brown still gets criticism because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there are those people like that are gonna talk that shit, but I mean, it will be thrown under the carpet real fast, thrown under the rug.
Exactly. People are gonna forget about it, and that's the sad part. Is people are gonna eventually move on and then pretend like this never happened. That's the sad part about it. So I'm sticking to what I said. I think Kodak Black should be canceled. Kodak Black has been getting on my last nerve for like the past year. Anytime he fucking speaks sideways towards Wayne, I say fuck Kodak Black. So Jose.
No, I understand why someone would say that, and I fuck with his music. That's why it sucks so much to say that.
It's one thing to fuck with his music, but it's another thing to fuck with that person's character. Like Kodak Black's character is just all types of wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying throw away that gremlin, throw away that ugly ass goon.
So.
And I mean, I can see why, definitely, obviously, but like, I mean, I still like Institution, all that shit. Like, I fuck with his music so hard.
Yeah, well, we fucking talked about it a few weeks ago on the first episode. We liked Ignition. That doesn't mean that fucking it's okay for R. Kelly to go piss on little people or little girls. Little girls.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just because they have fire music doesn't excuse what they did.
Going back to alright, since this is basically over, going back to Old Town Road real fast. Is it crazy that he surpassed Drake?
Oh, God's Plan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is that crazy to you?
No.
No?
No. Because God's Plan, I don't think was God's Plan even that big of a song? I mean, it was a big song.
Apparently, I don't listen to Drake, but
God's Plan,
69 million plays or whatever in a week, and this one hit 80 million in a week.
I guess, yeah, because God's Plan, I mean, I want to say God's Plan
That's
was
something
huge.
he's going to bring up in every conversation he has ever.
Yeah, like, I
with
surpassed
anyone.
Drake, yeah.
That is nuts. I should have brought that up earlier, sorry, when we were talking about him.
Well, it's
That is
fine, because
fucking
it's fine, because
crazy.
that goes on to one of the next things we had on our list. Drake and Future teasing What a Time to Be Alive 2. I know, Jose, you didn't listen to the first one. I thought the first one was fire.
Obviously, I heard, like, I'ma fuck your bitch in the Gucci flip-flops.
That wasn't even on that. That wasn't even on that.
Was it not?
No. That wasn't even.
Whatever. Like, alright, then I guess I didn't hear any of it for real. But
What a Time to Be Alive was huge.
I don't listen to Drake,
before the backstory, What a Time to Be Alive, this is when Drake was huge. Obviously, Drake's still huge, but I'm saying this is when Drake was at his peak and Future was at his peak, and they're like, we're both gonna put out an album together, and they did. And it was a huge album. It had Jumpman. It had all these other songs on there. And now they're talking. And now they're talking about doing a second album. And to be honest, I don't think it will be better than the first one. I don't think so, because that was a moment in time.
I mean,
I think that was a moment in time.
Sequels are always a letdown.
Exactly.
They can be.
More often.
When was the last sequel that was better than the first?
Slime Season 2.
You think Slime Season 2 was better than Slime Season 1?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about Slime Season 1, but I remember Slime Season 2 was hard as fuck.
Slime Season 1 was fucking bad.
Yeah, Slime Season 1 was better than Slime Season 2. And I like Slime Season 2.
Was it?
It was.
I don't know. I just remember Hey I, all that shit. There was always like unreleased music on YouTube, but they finally put it out on Slime Season 2, and those were the songs that I would... Phoenix, all that shit, like I was obsessed with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Drawn Down, like, those were the shit to me.
Slime Season 1 was definitely better. But I think that this album in particular, it was a moment in time where Drake and Future were at the top of their game. Obviously, they're still huge, but, they weren't, like, the biggest thing in hip-hop. At least not right now. So I don't know for sure.
I don't know if the second one will be bigger than the first one because I did not listen to the first one. But Future's hype has definitely died down, right? You would say?
Yeah, it has.
A lot. I don't know about Drake's hype.
Well, Drake's always going to be hype, even though you don't listen to him. Even though Drake could put out ass, and people are going to be like, dude, did you listen to the new Drake? Like, that's just how it is.
That's what I say about every album. That shit was ass.
So,
But apparently not. I don't know. Some people actually fuck with that shit.
Nah, Drake sucks.
You don't like Drake?
Drake ain't shit.
Okay, well, that's two people on the podcast. I feel like it's 2 against 1.
I'm going to have my own episode about my...
When we get to the 10th
It'll be
episode...
like Charlamagne just talking shit about Drake.
When we get to the 10th episode, I'm just going to let Jose, for like an hour straight, just talk shit about Drake. It's going to be great.
No filter.
Can we do call-ins and shit? And I'll just be like, yo, yeah. What's up?
Let me call my homeboy. Let me ask for an opinion. Yeah, that boy Trav, boy.
Okay,
It's a
so...
lifeline.
I think the second one, the sequel to What a Time to Be Alive won't be as good as the
So
first.
what was the big hit off What a Time to Be Alive?
I would say Jumpman. I would say Jumpman.
And you've heard that. Jumpman.
Everyone heard Jumpman. Everyone heard Jumpman.
No, I still don't remember that.
Boy, you know you heard it.
Yeah, so that was just another thing I wanted to
Moving
bring
on, fuck Drake.
Okay, so go ahead, Jose, introduce the next topic.
The next one, we're going to go with the YNW Melly case, which is still something relevant that's going on right now. So YNW Melly is being charged with 2 murder charges, and he hired Boosie's lawyer when Boosie was going on murder charge, and he beat that case.
Yeah.
And his lawyer right now is saying that his lyrics and some of his songs
Are incriminating.
are going to be their best case for locking up YNW Melly.
Yeah.
Which sucks because after you go back and listen to YNW Melly, I don't know if you listen to YNW
A
Melly at
little
all.
bit.
I fuck with YNW Melly hard, bro. And then way before any of this shit happened, like I was listening to him a lot. Like it was like when we got into Young Thug heavy,
Yeah.
and we were like listening to all his fucking music on
everything.
YouTube. We were searching shit that no one's heard. Like that's how I was with YNW Melly, and I've been listening to all his shit, and then all the stuff that his like new records that he's come up with. But if you go back and listen to his shit, like a lot of it does look pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it looks suspect. Even though Murder on My Mind was, made like 3 months before this actual case happened and all that shit. But like I was telling Memo, like if you go back and listen to like No More and all that shit, he just talks about his homeboy that thought it was his friend, and then this bullshit happens, and he's like, oh, I should have killed you when I had the chance, blah blah blah, all this fucking stuff. Like, so they're trying to say that his lyrics are most likely going to be the biggest case for the opposite side.
But whenever Boosie went to jail, his lyrics were
Boosie's lyrics were
used in court.
One of the biggest evidences in the court, and he got off. He served 2-3 years, but he ended up getting off. So I think it's cool that he did get his fucking lawyer.
Interesting. I don't know how much truth there is to this, but my brother told me that Murder on My Mind was more or less like a song like Illusions. And let's say Illusions was written and recorded a long time ago, right? But now, if I went out today and I re-recorded it and put it out, that's like how that was. That he like had that song from a long time ago,
like
and
ready,
and he just recorded it like recently. That's one of his like first songs he wrote when he was like a kid.
Yeah.
And he just like.
Yeah, well, from what we know is Murder on My Mind. He wrote it in jail. So I don't know if it was like a story that like a real life story that had actually happened, but it was just like a melody and a song lyrics that he had wrote in jail.
Okay.
And then he came out and he recorded it. I don't remember the producer's name, but they turned it into a big hit.
Yeah.
And then 4 months later, his friends were murdered, and a few months after that, he turned himself in. And now he's being charged with those deaths.
I told Jose, it is very, like, even though that he says that song had nothing to do with the murders, which is fine, it is very, very, like, it's a coincidence.
It's damning.
It's a coincidence that what he is rapping about, kind of, it's like art imitating life kind of thing, where you're like, okay, the music is kind of reflecting of what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to think about. Whether it has to do with the song or not, it definitely has something to do with what's going on right now. It's definitely relevant.
I agree.
And I hate it so much. It sucks, man. I want to see the man free so bad. Apparently, he has a new album on the way from unreleased tracks that he has out, and he has an album coming out. I don't know
if he
when.
was to be convicted and tried as guilty, would that change your opinion on the person?
We've talked about this before, and I don't want to get into it because I don't know. Like, it can't really change my mind right now because I think of the man as innocent, but...
I mean, he turned himself in, though. Why would he turn himself in?
He turned himself in because he was, like, one of the lead suspects, and they were coming to get him anyway. So he turned himself in, basically, I don't know, I guess to make him look better in the case. Yeah. But he strongly believes that he will get off of it. That's probably why he did turn himself in.
Yeah.
He thinks, after, going through the whole court process and everything, he's going to be found not guilty. But who knows? Not just him. I mean, his homeboy, too. YNW Portland. I mean, they both are being charged with the same crime. The other guy was the apparent driver. He was the driver in this situation, and he's getting charged with the murders as well. I haven't heard much about his case, but I've heard about YNW Melly's, and I guess they're both fighting for not guilty. The only thing that sucks is the whole apparently faking the whole drive-by shooting scene.
Yeah, that's what makes them seem guilty to me, is that they faked the drive-by shooting. That's what makes it kind of damning to me overall. Anything else could be kind of disputed.
Did you hear that video of his mom?
Yeah, that they
apparently YNW Sack Chaser had beef with YNW Melly's mom, and she went on like an Instagram live post or whatever saying like, "Oh, you're trying to threaten me, scare me with them little guns. Like I got big guns, You know, don't forget YNW Melly's my child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got shit, blah, blah, blah. So apparently they had beef together, and that would be a big... What sucks is if the cops did not have a lead before, they have a strong lead now.
Yeah, they have one now. Exactly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see within the coming weeks. I know Jose will definitely keep everyone posted on what's going on with YMW Melly. I know that's
Which is weird because I don't care about a lot of stuff. But when it comes to music, I'm really invested into it.
This is the thing.
I am very invested into it.
When it came to the podcast, when it came to doing a podcast, Jose was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, kind of iffy on doing it.
But it gave me a chance to actually like talk about some shit that I always just talk about with people randomly. And some people just don't care anyway.
What I mean, there's no difference than us just talking about it now and recording it and posting it up online. So there's no really difference.
Yeah. It's just an outlet, you know. It don't matter who's gonna listen to it. We having fun talking about it. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna do our thing.
So I know another thing. Do you want to say anything before we move on to the next topic?
Unless it randomly comes in my head later, I can't think about anything else.
Okay. Well, the next thing I want to talk about was a big thing. It's not necessarily music, but it was a big thing on Twitter. There's a black hole, guys. We're all gonna die. It's the end of the world. They discovered a black hole. They discovered a black hole.
It wasn't even like in the Milky Way universe, I don't think. Like, what the fuck?
Galaxy.
It was
Galaxy, whatever.
Well, I don't know. All I know is that they said they discovered it. So, either way, we're all gonna die. The black hole was discovered. It's only a matter of time before that shit gets to Earth.
No, it's in a different galaxy.
Yeah, I know. I was just kidding. But yeah, that was a big thing I heard on Twitter. A lot of people were saying that they found pictures about the black hole and all stuff. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw. It's like red, right?
It was a very blurry image.
It was the Young Thug Barter 6 cover.
I saw you tweet that, yeah.
I saw a little funny post on Facebook where it was like, you know how people do like the little circle?
Yeah.
It was like that. But it was the black hole, but it just made it look like the finger.
So I've looked up black holes before and everything, and it is crazy. So apparently it's just like a large amount of mass, and it will suck up anything around it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing that got me is how'd they get a picture? Because apparently black holes are so like they have so much gravity.
That's what's
that
crazy about
it
is that they've never seen a picture of it before until now.
Well, I mean, black hole.
Was they obviously pulling up the Young Thug cover.
Barter 6.
But I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying is that they're apparently the gravity is so intense that they suck in even the light.
Exactly.
So how could you get that's what I'm like confused about. How do they get a picture if it doesn't emit any light? Because you know, in theory, I thought black holes were supposed to be like if you were going in space, it would just like be completely pitch black. You know.
What I heard.
No light, no nothing.
What I heard was it took them a year to take this picture, which that already sends like off a red flag. Like it took you a year to get this picture of a black hole. So who knows? I mean. Who knows what the truth is? Like, only they really know what the truth is when it comes to this black hole thing. Like, it might...
Picture of a black hole, can't find Saddam Hussein? What the fuck is wrong with that?
Yeah, so who the fuck knows, to be honest with you? All I know is, you heard it here first. It's the end of the world. We're all gonna die. It's only a matter of time.
I'm looking forward to it. No.
It's only a matter of time. What else do we want to talk about? What else do we have?
We had the XXL freshman list this year, which a lot of y'all probably don't even know who the fuck is on it.
Me and Bryan are going to sit out on this one because I don't know anybody on this new list.
Yeah.
Everybody ass. Like, I don't want to listen to none of these new rappers. None of these new rappers. I don't listen to nobody. So, Jose, you could read us off some of the people that... This isn't even the list, right? These are
so
people
who
that
I want to be on it, who I want on it. These are people that are going, or that could be from the
right?
top of my head that I could think of, Roddy Ricch.
No,
I don't know if you haven't heard of Roddy Ricch out of Compton.
No.
So if I played some of his songs, you probably would know it. He has a song with Nipsey and all them. Like he has songs out.
So, but this isn't the actual list.
You ever heard Die Young?
This isn't the actual list, though, right? These are people that
no, the list hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, people can go online right now.
There's people like there's people like Asian Doll, Bad Barbie, which is who
She's
I said
gonna be on
earlier.
it.
She's definitely
gonna be on it.
Blueface will definitely be on it. Comethazine, I hope to see Comethazine on it.
Who the fuck is that?
You probably heard him in my car before. Cuban Doll, the Baby, which I hope to God the baby is on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll be on there, honestly.
No, I think the baby could make it.
I don't know. He only sold 20,000 his first week, which is good, in my opinion. Which is good for him, because he is he was independent. Like, he didn't have any advertisement or anything for it. But thank you. I didn't. I hope to God to see him. Flip De Niro, the Leave Me Alone.
Mm-hmm. This is all like gibberish to me right now.
Gunna,
I don't know any of these.
Gunna,
I know Gunna.
Y'all know Gunna, Jada Youngin. I hope it would be cool
these
to
are
see him.
all like I have
Juice
no
WRLD.
Okay, Juice WRLD. But to be fair, to be 100% to the audience, because even the audience is probably like, who?
Lil Got It,
yeah.
Lil Got It, and Lil Key.
I don't know any of these people.
They're slimes from Atlanta, and they fuck with some heavy superstars like Young Thug. And
Jose
them.
is more in tune when it comes to
Lil
these
Mosey, which I don't listen to him a lot. I think he comes out like the DMV area, but Seattle. But he has a couple big hit songs. Lil TJ, Megan Thee Stallion, which we don't really listen to him, but the City Girls and all that shit. Like, that shit is popping right now. OGZ from Shoreline Mafia. A lot of these people are random. Quando Rondo. I fuck with Quando Rondo. He went on tour with NBA Youngboy.
All this is gibberish.
They got in a lot of fights.
I don't
and all
know
that
any
shit.
of these people. But the reason we talk about this...
Sheck West?
Okay, I know Sheck West. But the only reason we bring this up...
Sheck West.
The only reason we bring this up anyways is because...
Yellow Beezy. I hope to see Yellow Beezy. I hope to see some Texas shit on there.
I know Yellow Beezy. But the only reason we
Young
bring...
Nudie.
Jesus.
Oh
the
my
only
God.
Reason
YK Osiris, Young Bands, Young Blue. I hope to see them on there. Those are the people... Some of the people that I'm looking at that are on the that you can vote for to be on the list.
One of the reasons we bring this up is because I figured that one of the debates, I know we haven't done one in a while, but one of the debates we were going to talk about is who had the best XXL freshman list. I know mine, and then we all picked our own. Brian, you have yours ready? Jose, you have yours ready?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Okay, we'll pull them up. I think mine was 2013. Go to 2013 real quick and see.
Okay, so 2013 had Joey Badass, Schoolboy Q, Action Bronson, Absol. It had Trinidad James, Coco Banks, Travis Scott, Dizzy Wright, Logic, and Angel Hayes.
And Chief Keef was on there too.
Chief Keef.
I think that was the
Dizzy
best one.
Wright.
I think that was the best one for me. I think
that is a good fucking list right there. Now that I think about it, that's a good one. I don't know if I would say that's the biggest one, because, a lot of those rappers aren't huge anymore.
Yeah,
that's true. That is true. You could say...
So, when we look at the number one ranked...
The number one ranked was Bryan.
2011.
This one was yours, right? 2011 was your favorite list.
No, that was my initial one, but no, the one I liked was... Which one was it?
I think the one you said with Chance, right?
Yeah, with Chance.
Chance is 2014.
Kevin Gates, yeah.
It has
Kevin Gates, the Lil Baby,
Ty Dolla $ign, Rich Homie.
Yeah. Isaiah Rashad, the one and only.
Lil Bibby.
Lil Bibby.
It has Vic what's his name?
Vic Mensa.
Vic Mensa.
Kevin Gates.
So number one ranked on the internet right here that I have in front of me is Meek Mill, Big Crit, Saya the Prince, Lil Twist, Yellow Wolf, Fred the Godson, Mac Miller, YG, Lil B, Kendrick Lamar, and Diggy Simmons.
And that was 2011, right?
That's 2011.
That one like really went hard as fuck, dude. Like,
yeah, but let's just... Lil Twist was on there.
Yeah.
So nobody listened to Lil Twist, so that kind of brings that list a little bit down a few notches.
Yeah, but the late and great Mac Miller, though, is also on
You're
there.
right. Meek, Mac, and Kendrick is all you really need for that list.
Yeah.
Jose said his favorite was 2016.
This is the one with...
2016 is good, too. The reason I said 2016 is because it has a lot of major hit pop stars that are out right now.
Yeah.
And that are still relevant. Lil Yachty, 21 Savage, Uzi Vert, obviously, Kodak Black, Dave East. I know a lot of people don't listen to Dave East. Dave East is hard. Designer, which,
Nobody
apparently
listens to
flew
Designer.
off the map.
Nobody listens
he's
to
still
Designer.
putting out music. G Herbo, hard as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Anderson .Paak, Denzel Curry, and Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky did fall off pretty hard, but
No, he had
Anderson
Freaky
Paak.
Friday last
that's
year.
the only one people bring up.
But I'm saying you can't say he fell off when he had a big hit last year.
That's the only song.
But he had a big hit, so he didn't fall off.
What about 2017's list?
2017 was ass. Straight ass.
A Boogie, PNB,
ass.
XXX.
Okay.
Playboy.
Eminem's pretty good.
They had Kyle, Ugly God, Cap G.
That
and,
has to be
Man Tokyo.
That has to be the worst freshman list of all time.
So I guess after looking at all these, I'm still going with
2016?
2016.
Nah, man. You gotta go with mine. 2014, 2013, I don't remember which one. Everyone on there is is a main player in hip hop.
You're going with the Schoolboy Q, Joey, Ab Soul, Coco Banks, Trinidad James, Dizzy.
Exactly. I'm going
Logic and them.
Because even Logic, even though you don't listen to him, I don't listen to him. Logic is a big artist right now. He's a big main player in hip hop right now. So
no, the fuck he's not.
yes, he is.
No, he was
Hell
for
no.
a little bit. Like he was pretty prominent at one point, but I don't think so anymore. Ever since Bobby Tarantino 2, or what was that? What was his last album? I think Bobby
It was something
Tarantino 2.
like that. I don't know. 2010 was pretty good too. The whole J. Cole, Nipsey, OJ Juice Man, Wiz Khalifa, Freddie Gibbs, J Rock, Big Sean.
Yeah.
That one had a good lineup as well.
We can't leave this podcast until we agree on who had the best.
I'm still going 16. Like those are the biggest rappers out right now. Yachty, no matter what you say, is still relevant. Uzi Vert hasn't put out music in how long? Still relevant. 21 Savage, his whole fucking immigration case. He's in the big news now. Kodak Black, hate it or love it, but he's still big. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking G Herbo, Dave East, even the little guys on there. Anderson .Paak, you said earlier you fuck
Anderson
with him.
Paak
Like,
is fucking dope. I love
you know what
Anderson
I'm
Paak.
saying? Like I fuck with that. I fuck with these rappers hard. Like I might not listen to them the most. The 21 and Kodak and G Herbo, yeah, but like everyone else, like they still did something. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean,
You know, a funny thing about that Kodak Black thing and the whole Lil Wayne thing is that I'm pretty sure he quotes Lil Wayne in that freestyle.
The thing is, Kodak has always been. I told this to Jose a few podcasts ago. Kodak literally sounds like 2002 Lil Wayne, like old Lil Wayne, and Jose's like, no way. And I'm like, dude, it's literally Kodak is a Lil Wayne ripoff. Like that's all he is. And Jose was like, nah, there's no way.
Definitely.
And Jose tried to deny me, but I told him that a lot of rappers nowadays are all influenced by Wayne. A lot of them are.
100%. In my eyes, it was with the Lil Wayne wave, is how I would like to put it. There's Young Thug blatantly even saying that he tries to be like Lil Wayne, at one point. And then from there, you got Uzi and people fucking Playboy Cardi. They're slowly starting to come down. Kodak Black, that whole little wave just started going. Now they're all just descendants of fucking Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that goes back full circle back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the show when I said I was trying to rap like Lil Wayne and y'all said stop trying to sound like Lil Wayne, and now all rappers sound like Lil Wayne. That could have been me. I could have been the one that was rapping all over the fucking world right now, man.
Could have been leading the Wheezy wave, man.
Mm-hmm. Memo the one and only, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. I don't know, dude. I think Jose might convince me here. The 2016 list, only because they are the most relevant right now. Like Jose was saying. I don't know. It's going to be hard for me to leave my 2013 list. I think that list was probably the best.
I still got to rock with 2014, Order 11.
I don't think it's gonna change, Ian.
No, it's not gonna change for me.
It's not gonna change.
It's all opinion. I mean, we're not gonna fucking agree to it.
I'm sticking with my list. I'm sticking with mine. Bryan says he's not changing his opinion. Jose, you said you're not changing your opinion. So this might be another one of those. Hey, we'll just leave it up to whoever's
Need to
listening.
throw it in the simulator.
Random generate, yeah.
All right. Well,
Respect to
y'all got iPhones?
yeah.
What kind of question is that?
I don't know. I was just
Everybody got a fucking iPhone, boy. Yeah, not you.
So,
Android life.
anything else we want to add before we call it a night?
No, respect to all those rappers that we talked about. They all deserve some show.
That's right.
some
Cheers,
light.
guys.
Rest in peace, Nipsey. Rest in peace, Mac. Those that were on those lists. Rest in peace to the careers of those rappers that
Aren't on the
that didn't get the attention they deserve. Because some of those rappers are hard as fuck, and people just did forget about them. And don't even think about touching my beers, Memo. Don't even think about touching my beers, Memo.
we got like 2 left.
Don't even think about touching my beers, Memo. That's how we're ending the podcast, and he cracked it open. We're all right. So unless y'all are gonna hear the sound effects of me beating Memo up, I think it's time for us to end this.
All right, guys. We appreciate everybody for listening to Bryan. We appreciate you for coming on, man. It was a fleet reunion. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're gonna come out of retirement one of these days, man. We're gonna come back to making music. Appreciate you coming on, Jose, as always, my co-host. So, much love to everybody. So, I hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.